The knowing of your customers. Turn to page 8. You've got to know 6 things about them. Number 1, you've got to know their demographics. Male or female, age, religion, children, income, height, if it matters. Just basic stuff that you've got to know about them. This is the ultimate form of racial profiling, what you're going to do right now. Because the more you know about exactly who you're talking about, you won't go after the districts and the end user at the same time. I'm picking on my table right now because they stayed after class and they talked to him. Number 2, values. This woman loves skiing. The psychographics. What do they like to do? Where do they hang out? You know a lot about me already. Love Hawaii. What else you don't know about me? I got 3 kids. I got 3 grandkids. These things are very important to me. I have value in this kind of stuff. Very important to me. My religion, LDS. Sorry for all you non-LDS, but that's just, well, welcome to Utah, right? It's just the way it works, huh? But I have most of my best clients are non-LDS, so that's a whole other story. Number 3, buying habits. See, there's the guy holding the thing. You've got to know when your ducks are flying. And the best marketers shoot when the ducks are in the air. The worst marketers try to sell air conditioners in a cold January day. It just doesn't work. When I was working for the Orange County Register, they gave us charts of buying patterns over the last 100 years. It's the same. It's the same. Do you know when people buy marketing services? Friday. That's when I get all of my new business calls on Friday. I know you're giving me that look. I don't know the reason why. I think it's because people are like done with work in that week. No. It's Friday. And so I don't take Fridays off because that's when calls come in. I just know that. I know my buying habits. I know when to contact my best clients. The guys that are owning the business, like if Jared was a client, I'd contact him at 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning because I know Jared's going to be there. So are you. But you have to leave at 5 to go get your 4-year-old daughter. So I'm not going to contact you after 5. Lesson learned, right? Number 4, what are they thinking? Thinking and feeling. You guys want to be like the movie Ghost. Do you remember that last scene where Patrick Swayze got into Demi Moore and it was all women love that scene of making the pottery. I don't know why my wife likes that scene so much, but she likes the pottery, you know. How come you're not as romantic as that guy was? Well, I'm not. But I know my clients. I know what their feelings. I know when they're going to Lake Powell. I know when they're going through struggle. I know what they're thinking and feeling. Number 5, their desires or wants. It's the same thing. Wants, desires. There are only 2 buying motives in the world, guys. Greed and fear. Either we want more of something or we want to avoid something. And my favorite one is fear. Fear, 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 fear. When I went to that last seminar, Jim, I had a guy come up to me after. Do you remember Kirk Stratton with Stratton Sales? Kirk Stratton was there. What's that?
He was in my cohort at Goldman Sachs.
He was at Goldman Sachs? The guy said, you know what, you're right about that fear. I need to get people fearing into getting their bakery ovens tested. So we're working on a campaign right now for that. Fear. If you can fear somebody into fear, very interesting thing. Fear is, I don't want to lose something or I don't want something bad to happen to me. That is a stronger motivator than I'm wanting more. And I'm wondering which of you can use fear in here. That's something you're going to have to think about. Tamara?
Get your well checkups so that you don't, so you find out whether you've got like a breast exam, some cancer, or colonoscopy, got there certain age because of cancer and possibilities.
I've had a colonoscopy. I should never do it again.
Oh, come on, the procedure
There's
wasn't
like
that
there
bad.
was a big checkup.
No,
It was getting ready for it.
It's the before, not the during. The after was wonderful because I was on Versed and I about kissed a nurse. Oh, I love you so much. You know. And number 6 is fears. So 5 is like greed or desire. 6 is the fears. What do they fear? That's the best one, by the way. If you know what they want to avoid, and you can kind of touch those things on their hot buttons. There's another book I want to teach you, send you. It's the Y2K guy. He's a guy from Utah. Or Y2K marketing is what he calls himself. And I can't remember his name, or I'd tell you right now. But he talks about hitting these hot buttons. For example, I know that Shannon, you have a daughter, I know at least one daughter, very important to you. Do you remember the day that I called you? I called her. I'm going to pick on you for right now.
It's actually a son.
Oh, it's a son. Sorry, I thought it was a girl for some reason.
So I have a daughter,
Okay.
I have a son, and there's 21 years difference between the 2 children.
Well, you are a productive woman. That is good.
And no divorce and remarriage either.
Well, that's just fine. Okay, people wanted to know that, right? That was good. That's good.
They just
I-
asked.
I call her at 4:55. I can't talk to you right now. Why not? And her employee says, she's going away. Don't ask those kind of questions. Now I know what your value, what was very important to you, you know. And we all have that. You all have things that are more deep-seated than just making money. You know, health and relationships and things like that. Turn the page.